Hey guys, what's up? Z back here again with another Vikings video, and it has been a minute. It's been about 20 days until the draft's going to be from when I'm recording this video, so I thought we needed to do and cover the new top 10 positions that we need in the draft. Now, of course, whatever the case may be, you always want to do the best talent available because you never know what will happen during the season with injuries and everything. We know that's way too good last year. So getting the best available always the best way to go. So don't worry too much if we don't get all this list. Now this list was a little bit different coming into the offseason, as we got our #1 biggest need in Riley Reef. We signed our left tackle. We got right tackle, which is a big position that we needed. And we got a running back, losing Adrian Peterson. So I think our offseason has been very well so far. Well, let's look into the whole new changes that we have right now. Starting off with number 10, that is fullback. Believe it or not, we actually don't have a fullback on the roster right now, as we lost our fullback of the last couple of years in free agency. So that position is completely open and void. But now, why is that position so low on the list? Well, it's fullback. It's a position that a lot of teams don't even run anymore. We have a couple tight ends on the roster. We could just keep, say, 4 tight ends and just have one of those go in there. Say David Morgan, the rookie of last year, come in and play fullback. Well, I don't know if the Vikings would want to do that. But you can also get fullbacks as undrafted free agents, as they're usually just bigger running backs that didn't quite make it on the draft board. So that's why I don't think it's that big of a pressure issue. But having a fullback is always kind of nice to have. We haven't had a good fullback since Jerome Felton, and you really seem like he did. Zach Line could never really live up to it as good as Felton, but it's nice to have it. So now, going to number 9, a position just like fullback, we kind of covered it, and that was tight end. Losing 2 tight ends last year. We cut Michael Pruitt in the middle of the year, which I didn't like that decision too much. And we also lost Rhett Ellison in free agency this year. So now our only 2 real starting caliber tight ends are Kyle Rudolph, of course, who had one of his best years last year, and David Morgan, who was a rookie last year. They both have a pretty big injury history, so getting a number 3 guy that can be a solid guy in there. As you saw, the Vikings were trying to get Jared Cook from the Packers. That would have been a very nasty 1 and 2 tight end combo with Rudolph and Cook. So getting something like that's always nice, because you see what the Patriots used to do with double tight end sets, and it's really nasty to have 2 that can be really good receiving and hopefully a better blocker than Rudolph. But that's tight end. Let's go to number 8, and that is safety. We're looking for the number 2 safety from the team for the longest time, ever since Harrison Smith has shown that he is one of the best, if not the best, safeties in the NFL. We need the guy to line up right beside him, maybe a free safety, so we can have him kind of play center field, while we have Harrison Smith kind of be that 8th man in the box at times, but he can also play deep if he has to. And that's been nice. Andrew Sendeo, I thought, last year was probably his best year and looked really good. We saw a big drop off when he was hurt, when we had Anthony Harris or Jaron Kearse play safety. But Sendeo, we want a little bit of an upgrade there, because he's knowledgeable, he tackles well, but we want a little more talent on the field, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. It'll just team up so well with Harrison Smith, with all of our other talented defensive players. We just want more back there. I really like when I see a raw talent of Jaron Kearse. If there was ever a guy that Mike Zimmer could make into a superstar, I'd love it to be him. But if he can't pan out, and if he's just be a long-term backup safety, as he was just a 7th round draft pick for a reason, well, then maybe we draft one in the 2nd or 3rd round to be that guy, if a guy in there is available. So now, 7th is right tackle. What? JOZ, didn't you just say we got Remmers? Why do we need a right tackle? Well, it wasn't a big contract, first of all, so getting another guy that can be the more long-term guy, and Remmers isn't going to blow anybody away with his talent. He'll be a solid upgrade from what we had last year with the turnstile I think we had playing right tackle, but I think we need someone to be there more long term. We have it's Remmers, then we have your favorite Minnesota Viking, TJ Clemmings, and then Searles are tackles right now. And I don't think you guys would really want any of those other two being tackles of the future. Although I think you guys don't give Clemmings enough credit, as he played fairly well his rookie year at right tackle. Then he got shifted to left tackle, which is not his natural position at all, and just blown out of the water. So if he can take another couple steps forward from his rookie year, he could be a solid, I'd say probably backup right tackle still, but nevertheless a decent enough guy to plug in there if you needed him. And so now number 6. And this one's going to be very indicative on the progression of the Vikings coaches on Laquan Treadwell, and that is, of course, wide receiver. On the roster, I think we have 2 really solid starting caliber wide receivers in Thielen and Stephon Diggs. But after that, it's a pretty big drop-off, with Laquan Treadwell only having 15 yards last year. And we really hope this kid can blossom and be a maybe 700 to 800 yard type guy, catch us 10 touchdowns. That's just what our team needs. And if the coaches don't think we can get that from them, I would really expect the Vikings to draft a guy in the 2nd or 3rd round. But if they just think, well, he was just hurt last year, he was still learning things, but he'll bounce back and be very good next year, then look for us to maybe go in the 5th or 6th round, because we're going to need a receiver regardless, I would think. Because looking at our roster right now, we lost Cordell Patterson and Charles Johnson, which Charles Johnson was pretty much a non-factor for most of the year. But Thielen, Diggs starting 2. Then we have Laquan Treadwell, Jarius Wright. Then after that, it's Isaac Fritke. I believe he was a Minnesota Gopher that came off from the practice squad. Then we have Mobo, everybody's favorite practice squad wide receiver for the Vikings, who is such a question mark, and if we could get him going, that'd make our offense phenomenal if he could really be the German Randy Moss that we signed him for. But if it's not, and it's just a failed experiment, just a good feel-good story, just let him go. Hopefully he can find it somewhere else, but if he's not going to have a spot on the roster, don't waste the roster spot for him. But the point I'm trying to make is we have Thielen, Diggs, and Jarius Wright, who you could all argue that all 3 of those are better off in the slot. So if we do draft a guy, I'd expect you to get another 6'2" or higher type of guy that can be another lineup on the outside and maybe compete with Treadwell to be that red zone receiver for the Vikings. Now next on the list, then the top 5 territory now, we're at the cornerback position. Now, funny how the game goes on, that corner keeps getting more and more important. As you could argue, the Vikings already have 3 solid starting caliber corners on our team, with of course the X-Man himself, Xavier Rhodes, who's absolutely phenomenal, and then either Terrence Newman or Trey Waynes on the outside, and then the other one being the kind of the backup guy. But who will play in the slot? That losing Captain Munnerlyn in the offseason was a huge blow to our defense. And do we trust Mackenzie Alexander to be in the slot? Again, this is going to be a lot like wide receivers and Laquan Treadwell. Do we trust these sophomore guys to take us a couple steps forward and be good enough to be on the starting team? I am not sure, but how can you replace a second-year guy with a rookie and expect the rookie to do better? It'd be an interesting decision to see there, but either way, the cornerback position is pretty weak. I think either way we'll draft one or get a guy in free agency, because it's Xavier Rhodes, Terrence Newman, Trey Waynes, Mackenzie Alexander, Marcus Sherrills, who is even a cornerback, and Trey Robinson, Jabari Price, and Terrell Singfeld. And if you haven't heard of the last guys very much, well, barely have I. Jabari Price is the only other guy I kind of heard of, and he played just a little bit because of injuries. So, depending on how high we see Mackenzie Alexander, expect us to get another corner. I'd expect another guy that can play in the slot, because that's what we're really weak on right now. So now number 4, and that is linebacker. I didn't specify outside or inside linebacker because we could just move Eric Kendricks to the outside to replace the Chad Greenway hole if we felt better. So why a lot of people have linebackers a high need for the Vikings. This is why I don't have it as high, because the Vikings will be in the nickel most of the time anyway, and that consists of just 2 linebackers, and that will be Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr, which we can all agree, I think, that those are 2 very, very solid linebackers. So having that third one, I wouldn't draft the third one super high if he's only going to be on the field 30 to 40% of the game. And we already have Kentrell Brothers on the team, which led all of college last year, I believe, in tackles, so you know he's a tackle machine. Seems a very easy fit for Chad Greenway. But if the Vikings want to go ahead and get the outside linebacker, don't be too mad at it by any means, because having 3 solid linebackers is going to help our running game a whole lot, when that was our biggest struggle going into last year. So now in the top 3 category, we have number 3, defensive tackle, and this used to not be a worry at all. We thought we had Linval Joseph, who is debatably the best nose tackle in the league, and then Sharif Floyd, who's one of the most better up-and-coming defensive tackles, and then Tom Johnson, who's one of the better pass rusher off the bench type guys. But now, Sharif Floyd, we don't know if he's going to retire, if he will be healthy again. Is he going to be able to play at a high level again? He's such a question mark right now that the Vikings might be forced to have to draft a defensive tackle. I think they could anyways, but it's really striking and hard to see, because Sharif Floyd is such a giant question mark, and we struggled at stopping the run last year. I like Tom Johnson, but I don't think he's good enough to be a starting defensive tackle, because he's not very good at stopping the run at all. And he saw a lot of big holes up the middle, and just getting more depth at the defensive tackle position would keep guys like Tom Johnson healthy, so they could perform better, and we could stop the run better, and we're not tire our defense out like you saw a lot of the second half of the year when we had our big losing streak, was because our defense was so tired, and since we didn't have a lot of great substitutes, we had to burn our starters out. So getting more depth at the defensive tackle position is would be a big plus. And we have Dayton Jones. It'll be interesting to see what the Vikings do with him. So now number 2, we have a running back again, JOC. We have Latavius Murray. What's your big deal? Well, we need our running back in the future, and Latavius Murray, I believe, he's 28. He's right near 30 years old. So getting a guy for the long term is going to be very needed, because if you guys all know, 30 years of age is right about the end of a running back's career. It's at least where they start to slow up a little bit. So getting a guy that maybe in year 3 with the Vikings, Latavius Murray, can start to take a step back and maybe split carries 50-50, or maybe just be the goal line guy like he was in Oakland. And splitting carries is what he's used to. He's been and then part of a rotation in Oakland. So maybe if he only gets 70% of the carries, we can do that. We don't have Adrian Peterson anymore. We can have different running backs get a lot more carries, and it'd be better fit for our offense. So I think getting a guy in the 2nd or 3rd round to be our guy for the future would be a very good plus for our team. So now, the number 1 need the Vikings still have coming in to the NFL draft is right guard. The only offensive line position that we haven't addressed in the last couple of years, except for center, and it's a really big need right now. If you look at our team, if you guys have been paying attention to what I've been saying over the last couple months, is I would really like if Nick Easton has deemed good enough to start at center, then we can just move Joe Berger onto right guard, and that's a really good. That's my favorite offensive line shift that we could do. But Joe Berger is really old anyways, so getting that right guard, an actual natural right guard, is a really, really big boost to the Vikings, as the right guards are usually one of the centers of really good running games. So getting a really solid guy to play right guard for the Vikings would be a huge boost to the whole line and our offense. We want to protect whoever quarterback is as much as possible, whether it's Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, or even Case Keenum. So having a really solid right guard would help our O-line quite a bit. So now that was my top 10. I want you guys to tell me your top 10 in the comment section down below, and I will do a follow-up of this video in about a week or so. So I want to make sure you guys tell me players that you want the Vikings to draft in the in the comment section down below as well. If you guys did I miss any positions of need, make sure balance me out and give me college players you want the Vikings to get, and I'll do my research on them, as I'll try to get a couple of names on the board for all these 10 positions in the next video where I follow up, because I don't know a lot about college players. I'm doing my research as much as I can, but if you guys could help me out and tell me what players you guys think the Vikings should get, but I'll do my best if you guys don't help as much as I would hope so. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next JOZ Vikings video. See ya.